Your team is spending 60% of their week on work that AI can handle by tomorrow morning. I'm going to show you exactly what I would automate if I was running an accounting firm and the order I'd build it in. Quick background about me before I continue. I spent 14 years at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory as a systems engineer on the missions that landed rovers on Mars. After that, I co-founded a digital advertising agency that scaled to 75 clients and a team of 37. I build AI systems the same way I build spacecraft systems and a profitable business. Simple, reliable, and tied to measurable outcomes. So why are accounting firms still doing this stuff manually? It's not laziness and it's not resistance to technology. Accounting is one of the most regulated industries out there. Financial data is sensitive and compliance is not optional. Most AI tools are built and marketed for tech companies, not a firm managing hundreds of clients through tax season. So the default has been to wait for the software platforms to catch up. The problem is your competitors are not waiting. The firms building now are going to be serving more clients with the same headcount at better margins. And that gap is only going to grow. Before we get into the automations, here's a filter that you can apply to any task in your firm. 3 questions. Is the task repetitive? Is the task data-driven? Does the task involve prediction? If a task hits even one of those, AI can help. And if it hits all 3, AI should already be handling that task. Okay, so automation number 1, client communication and email triage. This is one that surprises most people because it doesn't feel like a tech problem. It just feels like part of the job. McKinsey research shows knowledge workers spend 28% of their week managing email. For a senior accountant billing at $150 an hour, that's over $1,000 a week in billable capacity going to inbox management. Here's how the automation works. Every incoming client email gets routed through an AI filter. The email gets categorized by type. Is it a document request? A deadline question? A status update? Does it need to be escalated? A draft response gets generated based on your firm's past replies and current client context. Your staff reviews, edits if needed, and sends. Picture tax season. 200 client emails in your inbox. With this automation running, 80% already have a draft waiting when you open your laptop. What used to take 3 hours a day takes only 45 minutes. The mistake most firms make is trying to fully automate the send. Do not do that. Keep a human in the loop. The goal is to remove the blank page, not the judgment. This week, write down the 5 most common email types your team sends. And that list is your first automation preview. If you're trying to figure out where to exactly start with AI in your business, book a call with me using the link below, and I'll do a free 15-minute assessment with you. We'll look at what you're doing now, and I'll tell you whether AI belongs in your business or not. Automation number 2, financial reporting and client dashboards. This is consistently where we find the most hidden value, and most firms have no idea it's sitting there. Right now, building a client report is fully manual. You pull the data, format it, drop it into a template, review it, then send it. For a firm with hundreds of active clients, that's an enormous time commitment every single month. Here's what the automated version looks like. Your client data feeds into a reporting workflow. The AI structures it, applies your firm's format, and generates a draft report. That includes visualizations and period-over-period comparisons. Your team reviews, customizes if needed, and sends. Claude is really strong here. You can upload a financial document, whether that's a PDF, a spreadsheet, a raw data export. Ask it to build an interactive dashboard with forecasting for the next 3 quarters. What takes a junior analyst half a day takes Claude about 4 minutes. Imagine walking into every client meeting with a live dashboard built from the actual numbers, one you can update in real time during the conversation. That's a completely different client experience, and it's the kind of thing that justifies a premium. The mistake firms make here is thinking that this requires a developer, and it doesn't. Any staff member with a couple hours of training can run this workflow. Pick one report your team produces every month, upload the data source into Claude, and ask it to build a summary with visual breakdowns and a 90-day forecast. That's your proof of concept. Automation number 3 is where things get really interesting. This is where AI stops just saving you time and actually starts making your firm smarter. Accounting firms sit on an insane amount of financial data, revenue patterns, expense cycles, seasonal trends, payment behavior. 2 years ago, doing something predictive with that data was an enterprise-only thing. You needed a whole data team to pull it off. That's just not the case anymore. For example, cash flow forecasting. You feed your historical revenue and expense data into a model. You get a rolling 90-day projection that keeps updating on its own as new data comes in. Fraud and anomaly detection. The system runs in the background watching transactions. It flags anything that looks off before it becomes a real problem. Budget modeling. Instead of your team manually adjusting projections every time actuals come in, the model just does it. Your team spends that time on decisions instead of data entry. For tools, ChatGPT's deep research combined with exports from whatever accounting platform you're already using works really well here. If you're dealing with high transaction volumes, a custom GPT trained on your client's historical financials handles the heavy analysis. And here's one almost nobody's talking about yet. Tax law changes all the time. Right now, somebody on your team is manually tracking those changes and trying to remember what applies where. You can build a custom GPT trained on your entire compliance library. Anyone on the team can just ask it and get an answer in seconds instead of digging through PDFs. When you bring this into a client meeting, the conversation completely changes. You're pulling up a live dashboard and saying, here's your projected cash position for the next 90 days. And here are the 3 things most likely to move it. That's a strategy conversation. And that's what gets you to advisory rates. The mistake most firms make is waiting until their data is perfectly clean before they start. You just need enough to get a directional read and tighten it up from there. Grab one client's last 12 months of revenue and expense data. Throw it into Claude or ChatGPT and ask it to project cash flow for the next 90 days and flag anything unusual. What comes back would have taken a junior analyst half a day to produce. That's your proof of concept. If you're not sure if any of this actually makes sense for your firm, book a call with me using the link below, and I'll do a free 15-minute assessment with you. We'll look at what you're doing now, and I'll tell you whether AI belongs in your business or not. 3 automations, any one of them changes how your firm operates. All 3 together, that's genuinely a better business. Block an hour with your team this week and ask one question. What are the tasks we do every week that are repetitive? Is the task data-driven or involve prediction? Write everything down. Do not edit the list. When you see it all in one place, you stop wondering whether AI makes sense for your firm, and you start wondering why you waited. If this was useful, please subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video.